Hi, happy Thanksgiving. I just took my pumpkin pie out of the oven and I thought that I would show you, actually I already cooled it, but thought I would show you how to make especially the crust because I always make crust myself and it's my grandma's recipe. My grandma was born in the 1880s, so this is a real good old-fashioned flaky crust recipe. Okay, so here's my pumpkin pie right here, and it will be delicious. So, for the pie crust, what you do is you have to have, now I'm going to tell you just for one pumpkin pie, okay? So, for one pie, you take 1 cup of all-purpose flour, a quarter teaspoon of salt, a quarter cup of oil. I would use olive oil. You could use coconut oil if you want. Um, 3 tablespoons of cold water. Okay, you're going to mix all that up and you're going to make, you're going to wash your hands good. You probably don't want to have long fingernails to do this, okay? Make sure your nails are clean and everything, right? You're going to wash it real good and you're going to mix all that up until you get it into a ball. And it's going to be like the size of a tennis ball for one pie, okay? And you're going to pretend like you're playing with Play-Doh and you just mix it up, roll it up, and make that nice bowl, right? Ball. And I'm going to show you my ball when I made it. Um, Now, I used a mixing, it was in the mixing bowl where I mixed all up the ingredients, and then that's how the ball that ended up in the mixing bowl. Okay. And then you need to have a rolling pin and wax paper. Okay, so you get 2 pieces of wax paper that's like you want to make nice squares, 2 nice squares of wax paper. You're going to put one down on your working space, on your table, wherever, and then you're going to put the ball in the middle. Then you're going to smash that ball down with your hand, just smash it down, okay? And then you're going to put the other piece of wax paper on top of the smashed down ball that you just made, right? And then you're going to start rolling with the rolling pin, just back and forth rolling. You're going to roll back and forth, and then you're going to turn the so that you can roll the other way back and forth. So you're making a circle, right? In order to make a nice circle, you got to keep turning it to make the circle nice. So you can either turn your rolling pin or you can turn your there you go. Okay, so there's my rolling pin. In the middle, you could see the wax paper, and I have the pie dough, the crust dough in the middle of the 2 sheets of wax paper, and you roll it back and forth. Then you turn it so you just keep working at it till you get it into a nice circle. And of course, you want it as big as your pie plate, right? So if it gets a little crooked, out of shape, messed up, you kind of mess up the top layer of wax paper, it's okay. I did. So here's a picture when it kind of got a little messed up, right? It looks like a mess. It's like, oh no, I got to start over. No, you don't have to start over. You can if you want, but you don't have to start over. What you can do is you just uh, take that. Well, you want to take that top piece of wax paper off, and with your fingers, just work at it and try to make it nice and round as best as you can. Um, push down, push down on there to make it thinner, thinner and just spread it out with your fingers as best as you can. Then you put the wax paper back on and work on it more, back and forth, rolling. Try to get it the nice, perfect, very thin layer. And that's why people don't make pie crust. That's why people want to buy their pie crust because it's a pain in the ass. Yeah. But when it's done, if you roll it out nice, you flip it over, and that's takes practice to get good at it. Um, so be careful, but you take the wax paper, you take the top layer off, and then you really carefully you put your palm under the middle. And if you have a big man with a big hand, that's very helpful, right? You get the palm underneath the wax paper, and then you real quickly flip it real quick into the pie plate. And that's how you want it, right? Okay. So then, as far as making the actual pie is, you've heard it's easy as pumpkin pie. Well, the easy part is the middle, the filling, because the crust ain't so easy, but you saw how I just did it. And I'll tell you something, I have really bad arthritis in my fingers. I mean, my fingers are really, I don't know if you could see here how bad they are, but they're real crooked. They're all messed up. They're really bad. They used to be very painful, but I'll do another video about the pain because now I'm pretty much pain-free, praise God. Keep watching me. I talk about all kinds of things, I talk about cooking, I talk about arthritis, other diseases, everything that I have. I talk about crazy, crazy stuff I did when I was a kid, um, raising kids, twins, all kinds of everything. I tell it all. I even told a little politics. Everything I think of, it might come on YouTube. Okay, so my recipe for pumpkin pie, you can use any recipe. There's so many out there, but I think mine's the best. And it was my grandma's, and to me it's the best. It's more, it's, you'll see. I'll tell you my secret. Okay, for one pie, okay, 1/4 cup of brown sugar. That's not much. Really low sugar because I try to be healthy. To me, pumpkin pie is like a vegetable dish. And a lot of people will put 1/4 cup of sugar in almost anything they cook. I rarely use any sugar in my cooking, really never. But pumpkin pie has to have sugar, of course, or something to sweeten it. Anyway, 1/4 cup, which is not too much, not much at all, brown sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. That's my secret right there. Okay. Half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. You can get it. It's labeled pumpkin pie spice. Okay. Most people only use pumpkin pie spice. My secret is the extra ginger, a half a teaspoon of extra ginger, and a 1/4 teaspoon of extra cinnamon. That's what I do different. Small can, because we're only making one crust, the small little miniature can of evaporated milk. It has to be evaporated milk, and 1 egg well beaten. And all you do, why they say it's easy as pumpkin pie, all you do is mix up all those ingredients, mix them all up, and you pour it into the crust. That's it. And I already showed you, I'll show you again. Here's my pie. Here it is. It's beautiful. It came out perfect, right? So then you're just gonna bake it. Okay, I should have told you it's good to first you're supposed to put the crust in the fridge to chill it for probably at least an hour. Because you don't want to burn the crust because it's going to take longer for the filling to cook than for the crust to brown. So you want to put the crust empty in the fridge first for at least an hour. And then you're gonna put it in the oven, and you're gonna put the crust on, you're gonna put it on 425 for just 10 or 15 minutes. That's just cooking the crust, right? And then you're gonna put the pie filling in there, 350, temperature 350 for 35 minutes. And it should set up, because the egg will make it firm. The eggs in there will make it firm. So you know it's done when it's, of course, you don't want the crust burned, and you want the middle firm. You don't want it runny. You don't want the middle to be still liquid. When you're done, you can just jiggle. You can jiggle the pan a little bit, and you will see that the crust is I'm sorry, a ambulance just went by my house, stopped at my neighbor. I got to run out there. Anyway, the crust will be look nice, and you want the middle to be firm. And at the end of the 30, what did I say, 35 minutes, you want to just stop it. And if it feels just a little bit jiggly in the middle, you could just turn it off and leave it sitting there to cool. And you got your pumpkin pie. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Happy Thanksgiving. I love you who watch me. Thank you, and please keep watching. I do all kinds of things, recipes, and just life stuff. I'm 71 years old, so I have plenty of life to tell about and know about, and God bless you. I got to check on my neighbor. Happy Thanksgiving.